Well, with 3 weeks to go until the primary election, new poll results show Bob Ferguson in the lead. According to our exclusive King 5 poll, of more than 560 likely primary voters, Democrat and Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson has 42% of the votes. The Republican former Congressman Dave Reichert is at 33%, Republican Semi Bird 7%, Democratic State Senator Mark Mullet at 4%. King 5's Drew Mickelson live now with reaction from all four candidates. Drew.
Well, Greg, as you're about to hear, each candidate puts their own little spin on these results, but the two frontrunners are feeling good. Democratic candidate for governor, Attorney General Bob Ferguson, has the lead in the poll of registered voters across the state who say they will likely vote in next month's primary. Ferguson stands at 42%, with Republican Dave Reichert at 33%. The top two finishers face off in November. When you break down the numbers based on party affiliation, Bob Ferguson only gets 3% of the Republican voters, but 72% of Democrats and 1/3 of the independent vote. Dave Reichert has 76% of Republicans voting for him, 9% of Democrats say they'll back him, and 32% of independents say they support Reichert. What do the apparent favorites to face off in November think about the results?
It's my job as a candidate to make sure that all Washingtonians understand exactly where he stands on the most important issues facing Washingtonians and where I stand. And I think when voters see that contrast and those differences, they're going to be aligned with my view for the future state of Washington and not Congressman Reichert's.
Polls are polls, and they really don't get the entire pulse of the voting population, but they sure give campaigns an idea of where they might be, and I feel really good about where we are.
Republican Semi Bird, who has the endorsement of the state's Republican Party, questions the accuracy of the polling, feeling he will do better than 7%.
Dave Reichert has no chance of beating Bob Ferguson, and the reason is both of them represent establishment, more of the same, no change candidates, and the citizens of Washington state want something different.
Democratic State Senator Mark Mullet, who only received 4% in that poll, says the voters are, quote, frustrated with the extreme candidates. He also noted that, quote, at this point, no one has voted. That primary is 3 weeks from tonight. The top two move on in November. Live in Bellevue, Drew Mickelson, King 5 News.
We asked King 5 political analyst Gary Locke if Ferguson should feel comfortable given the results so far.
I think that any candidate that has a lead should never feel comfortable, regardless of the size of the lead. A lot of things can happen between now and Election Day, several months away. And so even if you're in the lead, he needs to keep his foot on the pedal and keep going, meeting people, announcing his policies, and informing people of what he's all about and what he wants to do as governor.
The survey was conducted in conjunction with the Seattle Times and UW's Center for an Informed Public. To see more of our results, you can text the word poll, P-O-L-L, to 206-448-4545, and we'll send you a link.